Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. Penn State University has released a recommendation report regarding the future of the Commonwealth campuses. The report was shared to the Board of Trustees by President Neely Bendapudi and leaked to the media on Monday. In the report, the recommendation is made to keep the Hazleton, Schuylkill, Scranton, Beaver, and Greater Allegheny campuses open. The report also recommends closing the Wilkes-Barre, Du Bois, Fayette, Mont Alto, New Kensington, Shenango, and York campuses after a 2-year transition period. However, officials say the Board of Trustees must hold a public vote before the decision is made final. In a statement on Monday, Board of Trustees Chair David Kleppinger said he was disheartened to learn that the information had been released prior to a board vote. Due to the complexity of the decision, Kleppinger said the trustees will be taking additional time to review the president's recommendation. As a result, the previously scheduled public meeting for May 15th has been changed to an executive session. More information regarding the public meeting will be released following the executive session. For more information regarding the future of the Penn State campuses, you can visit roadmap.psu.edu. Governor Josh Shapiro visited a potato farm in Schuylkill County on Monday to highlight state investments in agriculture. Under the Agriculture Innovation Grant Program, the Sturman-Mosser Potato Farm received $200,000 to purchase and install a state-of-the-art potato planter. Shapiro said the new equipment will help the farm to boost planting efficiency, reduce fuel usage, and double the number of acres they plant and harvest. During his address, Shapiro emphasized the importance of Pennsylvania farmers.
I say this all the time. Ag is big business here in Pennsylvania. 600,000 of our fellow Pennsylvanians work in agriculture. We generate $132 billion annually for ag. Yet sadly, too often times when politicians or folks in Harrisburg talk about ag, they talk about it as though it's something historic. They talk about it as something as part of our heritage. And yes, it is a critically important part of our heritage, but it is absolutely vital for our future. And I think to disrespect that, to not honor the future of ag, is something that we can't allow anymore. That's why, for the first time in 20 years, Pennsylvania now has an economic development strategy written by my administration, adopted by my administration. We're carrying it out in my administration. Why do I mention economic development? Because for the first time ever, agriculture is central to our economic development efforts.
The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is home to 50,000 farms that contribute $132 billion to the economy and support nearly 600,000 jobs. Sturman-Mossers is just one of 88 recipients of the Agricultural Innovation Grant Program across the Commonwealth. The potato farm is located in Sacramento, Pennsylvania. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a women's networking luncheon on Tuesday, May 20th. The luncheon will take place at the Damon's Grill and Sports Bar in Hazleton and will run from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The guest speaker at the event will be Kate Bryant, who serves as the CEO for the Honesdale National Bank. During the presentation, Bryant will discuss the importance of growth and of developing relationships with your company and team. Attendees will also have the opportunity to enjoy a buffet lunch and take part in a 50-50 raffle. The cost to attend the luncheon is $30 for chamber members and $35 for non-chamber members. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Women's Empowerment Grant Fund. Registration is required. To reserve your spot, you can visit the chamber website at hazletonchamber.org. Coming up on WYLN News, the Hazleton Public Transit Office announces an upcoming closure. Plus, a concealed carry seminar is coming to Luzerne on Thursday. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Investing in your well-being and building healthier communities because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
My name is Charlie. I am 8. And the forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Zachary Green is wanted on charges of flight to avoid apprehension and resisting arrest. He is known to have ties to the Palmerton area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The City of Hazleton has announced that the Hazleton Public Transit Office will be closed on Tuesday, May 20th in observance of the Pennsylvania primary election. Although the office will be closed, the Church Street station will remain open and the buses will continue to run. For additional information regarding the routes and schedules, you can visit ridehpt.com. PA State Representative Brenda Pugh has announced that she will be hosting a concealed carry seminar in Luzerne on Thursday, May 15th. The event will take place at the Luzerne County Volunteer Fire Department located at 66 Tenner Street from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. During the event, participants will have the opportunity to learn about Pennsylvania's concealed carry laws and the Castle Doctrine. A question and answer session will follow the presentation. Registration is required and seating is limited. To RSVP, you can call 570-283-1001. WYLN is giving away free tickets to the NASCAR Cup at Pocono Raceway on Sunday, June 22nd. To enter, just like and comment on the ticket giveaway post on the WYLN News Facebook page. 2 winners will be randomly selected on Monday, May 26th, and will receive 4 tickets each. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, we learn about an upcoming Child Safety Seat event on this week's Wellness Wednesday. Plus, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Piston Part 3. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when 2 healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More locations, more clinical trials, more breakthrough treatments. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. together for the future of care.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35.
Wyln TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
This week's show, Let's Talk Chiropractic, is exciting. Anna overcame the language barrier. She learned how to speak English. She had a car accident. She came for a chiropractor, and through proper communication, I'm gentle, and she got great results. So check in on the show.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and as you can see, I am holding a car seat. Today we are with an expert. Sometimes we think we know how to put in a car seat when we have children or grandchildren, but there really is a proper way to do it. So with me is Dennis Gantz from our LVHN EMS. And your title, Dennis?
I'm the Director of Pre-Hospital Emergency Medical Services for Lehigh Valley.
And you are certified car seat?
Car seat technician, yep, certified car seat technician. I've been a CPT now for, oh my goodness, probably 10 plus years.
And you also have others in your system here that are as well?
Yeah, we have within the EMS organization, we have here in Hazleton 4 or 5 other certified car seat technicians, and then we have one at our West End operations right now as well.
And you are having a special event coming up this month.
Yes.
For people to bring their car seats in, and you can actually let them know if it is properly fitted. Could you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are hosting during EMS week, which is the week of May 18th, 19th. We're going to be hosting a car seat fitting clinic here at our station, 119 East Hawley Street in Hazleton. It's going to be on Thursday that week, May 22nd, from 10 to noon. You don't need an appointment to come. We just want you to stop by. We're going to have several technicians here, as well as representation from Northeast EMS Council. We'll have some people there helping do car seat checks as well. And just come in. If you have your child, that's even better, because we can see that not only is your seat fitted properly to the car, but that your child is fitted properly to the seat.
So what are some of the things when you do these car seat checks, do you discover that maybe moms or grandparents are not, or dads are not putting them in properly, like they're missing something? What is...
Yeah, so I think the big thing is obviously making sure that the seat does not move more than an inch from side to side, you know, especially on seats that might be leather. They're very slippery, so you want to make sure that they're tightened down in there pretty good so they don't move. As long as you have that less than 1 inch movement, that seat is secured safely. And then the other things is really making sure your child is fitted properly for the seat. Are the straps positioned properly with relation to the shoulders? You know, do we pinch less than an inch? Okay, are they too loose? A lot of people are concerned that they're going to tighten it down too much and squeeze them, and they're fine. They're fine. You know, we want to make sure they're safe. So making sure that the child's fitted in there safely.
So, you know, the other day I was trying to put a car seat in for my granddaughter, and I do recall when I came to the car seat check last year, another thing is don't put like a towel underneath on the seat or anything, so it might slip as well. Is that something?
Yeah, so I mean, you want to make sure that the seat first of all, make sure that the seat is right for your car, and the location that you're putting that seat in your car is a safe location. You know, every car is different. It'll tell you where the seat can go. But then we want to make sure that the seat is level with the ground as far as that's concerned. That's going to help us make sure it's fitted well. So sometimes putting a towel or something underneath it to protect your seat is actually not the safest thing for the car seat. It's going to still slide even after getting it tightened down in there pretty well.
Good point. Well, if you want to know more, or you're not sure if you got it just right, stop by May 21st between 10 and noon here on 119 East Hawley Street.
Yep.
Am I saying that right?
Yep, 119 East Hawley.
And they will make sure that they get your car seat in the best possible safe position. And thank you, Dennis, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy EMS week.
Thank you.
Up.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a great day.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and the forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
As the 20th century began, baseball continued its rise to becoming the national pastime, and two of the game's most successful managers could trace their roots back to Pittston. The first, Huey Jennings, had been born in town in 1869 and worked as a breaker boy in his youth. He first came to the attention of national scouts when playing on a semi-pro team in Lehighton, and was signed by the American Association's Louisville Colonels. He would make his biggest impact on the field with the original minor league Baltimore Orioles from 1893 to 1899, where he was one of the best shortstops in the game. In arguably his best season in 1896, he hit .401 with 121 RBIs, despite being hit by pitches a record 51 times. Jennings' playing career ended in 1903, but 4 years later he would be named manager of the Detroit Tigers. His first 3 teams, led by future Hall of Famers Ty Cobb and Sam Crawford, all reached the World Series, although he came up short in all of them. Jennings managed the Tigers through 1920, winning 1,131 games, with his distinctive call of "Yee-yah!" while managing the team becoming his trademark. After relinquishing his job, he would serve as an assistant under his former Orioles teammate John McGraw with the Giants until suffering a nervous breakdown after the 1925 season. He would be committed to a sanitarium in North Carolina, but eventually returned to northeastern Pennsylvania, where he died in 1928. Huey Jennings rests today in Moscow's St. Catherine Cemetery. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1945. At the time Jennings' managerial career was winding down, Stanley Harris, better known as Bucky, was just beginning his. Harris was born in Port Jervis, New York in 1896, but grew up in Pittston. It would in fact be Huey Jennings who would sign Harris to his first baseball contract in 1916 for the Central League's Muskegon Reds. He gradually moved up through the minor leagues over the next 3 years before he was called up by the Washington Senators in August 1919. He would spend the next 9 years as the Senators' second baseman, and in 1924 was appointed a player manager for the team. He would immediately make team management feel good about the promotion, leading the Senators to the 1924 World Series title, while batting .333 and hitting 2 home runs in the series. Now called the Boy Wonder for his efforts, Harris managed the Senators back to the World Series the following season, although the team would be defeated by the Pittsburgh Pirates this time. Harris's playing career essentially ended after he was traded to the Tigers in 1929. He would win a second World Series with the Yankees in 1947 and would win 2,158 games in 29 total seasons with the Tigers, Red Sox, Phillies, Yankees, and Senators, which puts him among the top 10 among Major League managers. Bucky Harris died in 1977 and rests today in Hughstown St. Peter's Lutheran Cemetery. He would join Huey Jennings in the Hall of Fame in 1975. In Pittston itself, several movie theaters would open their doors for patrons over the years. Perhaps the grandest was the American Theater, which was the largest theater in the Comerford chain when it opened on June 9, 1924. It had a total capacity of 2,500 seats, with 1,200 on the first floor, 1,100 in the balcony, and 200 box seats. The stage was 35 feet deep, and for the vaudeville shows that also called the building home at times, there were 10 dressing rooms underneath. Besides vaudeville and the movies, the theater also hosted big band shows during its lifetime. The American Theater closed in the late 1960s and stood vacant afterwards for some years until it was torn down in the 1980s. A Rite Aid now stands on the theater's former site. In America, it is a dream that anyone can become anything they want with hard work and a little luck. For one Pittston native, that will include being crowned king of a tropical island. Faustin Workus was born in the city in 1896, the son of Polish immigrants. The family eventually moved to DuPont, where young Faustin worked as a slate picker in the breakers, a depressing job that made him dream of something more. As he would write years later, "In the little time I had been in school, it had become foggily known to me that somewhere out beyond the dust, the rattling collieries and the grimy shacks, was a world full of thrill and the glory of being alive." Thus, at age 18, Workus signed up for the Marines, lying about his age to guarantee that he would get in. In 1915, he would be deployed to Haiti, where American forces occupied the country following the collapse of the previous Haitian government. He would come to enjoy the Caribbean nation very much, and unlike too many Americans of the time, Workus respected and got along well with non-white Haitians. He would be stationed on and off in Haiti over the ensuing years during the continued American occupation, which ultimately lasted until 1934. By 1925, Workus requested and received the post of district commander on the island of La Gonâve, about 50 miles west of Port-au-Prince. He took his new position in April 1925 and quickly made a positive impression for himself among the island's inhabitants by firing numerous corrupt tax collectors and building the island's first airfield. He also became good friends with La Gonâve's queen Timamen. A commonly told story held that Workus rescued the queen from being arrested for failure to pay taxes, although no firm evidence of this tale exists at present. As it was, an emperor named Faustin ruled the island back in the mid-1800s, and had promised, before he had disappeared, that another would come with his name to take the throne. And so it was, on July 18, 1926, that Workus arrived for what he assumed would be a simple civic festival. Instead, to his surprise, he was carried by the island's joyful citizens to the nearest voodoo temple, smeared with rooster blood, and proclaimed King Faustin II. He nonetheless accepted the throne, and ruled in conjunction with Queen Timamen for the next 3 years, with his own flag bearers and honor guard. Workus tried to rule as fairly as he could, and thus remained popular among Loganov's citizens, although predictably Haitian President Louis Borno was not happy at a king ruling in his republic under his nose, grumbling, "Haiti is a republique, I am its president. It is unthinkable there should be a kingdom within a republique, or a king." Faustin Workus's reign over Loganov ended in 1929 when the Marines transferred him back stateside. He mustered out of the Marines in 1931 as a gunnery sergeant, but re-enlisted in 1939. He would serve as a recruiter in New York, and then at a pre-flight school in North Carolina before his death in 1945. Faustin Workus rests today in Arlington National Cemetery. For much of the 20th century, animation would make a strong mark in American culture, with popular cartoon characters becoming part of the country's identity. And two brothers from Pittston each contributed to animation history in their own way. The older brother, Dan Gordon, was born in Pittston in 1902. Originally working professionally as a draftsman, he got a start in animation at New York City's Van Buren Studios, home to the Toonerville Trolley series. After a brief subsequent stint with Paul Terry's Terrytoon Studios, he was hired by Max Fleischer in 1937. He was quickly pressed into service as a story editor for the Fleischer's feature film Gulliver's Travels, which parent studio Paramount had pressed Fleischer to make after the runaway success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Despite Gordon's best efforts, though, the finished picture would be an uneven film that made nowhere near Snow White's gross and was heavily panned by Walt Disney, who scoffed after seeing the film, "We can do better than that with our second-string animators." Gordon continued in the story department for Fleischer's second feature, Mr. Bug Goes to Town, although the outbreak of World War II reduced that film's gross as well. He would have more commercial success with the Fleischer Superman cartoons, whose large budgets allowed for much creativity for the animators, and were where Superman, who previously only took giant leaps in the comics, flew for the first time, as Max Fleischer had told DC Comics executives that giant leaps would look silly in animation. Gordon would also have success directing Popeye cartoons, with his entries in the Sailor series earning praise for their high energy and fourth wall breaking. Gordon left Fleischer's studio in 1943 and entered the world of comic books, where he produced the Super Cat and Cookie O'Toole series. He returned to animation in 1957, where he joined his former partner Terrytoons Joe Barbera at the Hanna-Barbera Studios. Gordon would get perhaps his greatest assignment when he was tasked with the initial storyboards for the company's new primetime show about a certain modern Stone Age family that was a page right out of history. Indeed, Bill Hanna would later say, "To me, Dan Gordon is responsible for the Flintstones. He came up with the basic concept of doing it with cavemen." Dan Gordon continued working for the Hanna-Barbera Studios until his death in 1970. In the meantime, Dan's younger brother George Gordon, born in 1906, had blazed his own trail in animation history. He began work in 1930 at Terrytoons, where he had worked on the moderately popular Farmer Alfalfa series. He joined MGM's animation division in 1937, and 3 years later would have the honor of working on the very first Tom and Jerry cartoon, Puss Gets the Boot. Gordon continued with the Tom and Jerry series through 1943. He then worked for some time at John Sutherland Productions before moving to UPA and contributing story elements to Mr. Magoo cartoons. Later in the 60s, he was hired at DePatie Freeling Productions, where he directed several entries for The Ant and the Aardvark. Like his brother, George Gordon would end his career at Hanna-Barbera, where his credits included directorial work for the Super Friends, several Scooby-Doo series, The Quickie Koala Show, which would be notable as including Tex Avery's final contributions to animation before his death, and The Smurfs. George Gordon died in 1986.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and the forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.